The German Federal Ministry of Education has selected 4 universities to establish centers of Islamic theology, among them Frankfurt University. And to train Islamic educators, the ministry will be investing over 4 million euros in these centers over the next 5 years. Mark Jalil Bodenstein is a professor at Frankfurt University Center of Islamic Theology and one of thousands of Germans who have converted to Islam.
Yes, I think it's part of the program to welcome Muslims somehow here via kind of legal equal treatment in schools, for example, in universities. Most parents are somehow positive in face of this development, and they're going to send, or they're still actually sending their children to this kind of education in schools. Because they say if the state is doing something for us in a way of Islamic education in schools, it's somehow good and it's better than nothing.
Professor Dr. Leo Latage teaches in the medical school at Frankfurt University, and he's one of 26 members of the German Ethics Committee.
On one side, I think it's good that these centers will be open, but in general, it should be that Islam should learn more about, let's call Catholic or Protestant religion, and not the other way around. I don't think that's a very good idea, and this definitely will not do anything positive for integration.
The Federal Ministry of Education claims that Islamic religious education in public schools is part of an effective integration policy that is already integrating Muslims into German society. But many Muslim organizations have complained that this government program is focusing on combating Islamic extremism and are offended by accusations that Muslims are radical or violent.
There are, of course, some they are violent and some go to Afghanistan, Pakistan, wherever for training. But most of them are quietist people or just doing Islam for themselves. If you look at the media, you have the Salafis in the headlines because they are very active and they are very good in promoting their issues, better than the other organizations. So they are in the public and promoting their somehow radical thinking, and the moderate organizations aren't in the media.
No, that's definitely not the media. It's our culture. You don't hack somebody's hands off if he steals something. This is definitely not European culture. We have laws for that. And if you want to live in another country, you have to adore, you have to stick to the laws over there. Islamic people are trying or are living here in Germany, so I'm not saying they should become Germans, but I'm saying they should need to learn about our culture because they want to live over here.
Of course, there are individuals or small groups who are somehow alien to European or German values, whatever this may mean. But I think university is a place where we can deal with these things and we can analyze what are these values which are demanded by the society or by the politicians to adopt to, and how can Islam or can Islamic theology deal with it?
It will show in a very short time, in my opinion, that it doesn't work this way, and then we'll see in 1 or 2 or 3 years what's going to happen. I think that the idea behind it is a good idea, but it will not work out the way they think it will work.
Immigration tensions are rising in Germany following Chancellor Angela Merkel's statement that multiculturalism has failed in the country. The question now is, what is behind the integration of immigrants debate and where it may lead in the upcoming national election on September 22nd. This is Wilson Ruiz for Jewish News One in Germany.